What up, YouTube? Today we're going to be reacting to the top 10 2024 open world games. So this should be interesting. Only open world games that I really been messing with is Cyberpunk 2077 and Grand Theft Auto. Still waiting on 6. I guess we'll get that next year, which I don't understand why they put out a trailer so early just to screw us over. But we're going to check out the top 10 of 2024. Some of these games will be coming out and some of these games are already out. Don't know, haven't seen the video yet. But before we jump into this video, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe to this video. Follow me on all socials. And also check out my page for some more content. With that being said, let's get to business.
At top 10 upcoming open world games of 2024. Now in this list we're going to have all the games that's coming out only in 2024, and the games that are already announced for 2025 are not really included on this list. Now starting off with the first game, we have Once Human. Well, this is an open world survival game that's set in future post-apocalyptic universe where you're going to be fighting against monsters and different really bizarre creatures, and apparently it's a sci-fi game and we don't exactly know what the concept of this game is all about. And all we know as of now is that it's an open world, massive world that you can explore, and there are some very bizarre creatures, some creatures that you might have never even dreamed.
Are those aliens with like computers attached to their head? That's crazy.
Dreamed of or even imagined about. Like, the creatures are that really weird and very creative in some aspects as well. Now, the open world is filled with a lot of players. This game actually has both PvP and PvE aspects. Now you'll have to work with other online players in order to take out all of these really bizarre creatures. You can build your own houses, you can craft items, you can hunt animals, cook food, you can basically do all the survival stuff out there in the open world. Now it's basically a concept of being the best upcoming open world survival games that has like one of the most weird and bizarre creatures and things that we might have never heard of in our wild dreams. Now Once Human is releasing on the third quarter of 2024, and apart from this we don't really have much information about this game, and I'm super excited about it. Now on number 2 we have Skull and Bones, the game that is being created by Ubisoft. And this has been one of those games that has always been in development for all of these.
And something I noticed already, they're not saying what platform these games is dropping on either. Okay. I'm a PlayStation. Got PS5. So I would really be interested in PlayStation 5 games, but
decades, and finally the light has been shined. The game is going to be coming out on February 16th this year. That's right, we're only just a couple of weeks away from this game's launch, and it's officially happening. And right now you can play the entire game for absolutely free because the open beta is now active. So this game could be tried on. You can see if you like it or not platform? And it seems like it's going to be that one perfect pirate adventure game that we've all been waiting for. Now if you're someone that's excited for Assassin's Creed Black Flag's remake and want to get your hands on early with something that just feels piratey, then I think Skull and Bones is going to be a one-stop shop. Now on number 3, guys, we have a Stalker 2. Well, this is a game that I have always been waiting for a very long time. It's something that I'm super excited for, and the entire gaming community are looking forward to this game. As you know, Stalker 1 has been that one survival game that always seemed to have impressed the gaming audience, and now they're back with Stalker 2, and this time with Unreal Engine 5.2's technology and the graphics and fidelity. The game just looks astonishing. The Stalker 2 is going to be releasing on September 5th of 2024, and yes, we're just a couple months away from this game officially coming out. And there's always been rumors and leaks and all that stuff for this game, but the game always kept getting delayed for all of these years, and finally it's happening, and it seems like we will now get.
Whoa, what is this right here? What kind of creature is that? Okay. Nah, this game look good though.
to see what the Stalker universe is always getting prepared for. And I'm super excited for it. And let me know in the comments if you're going to be playing the Stalker 2 or not. And now moving on to number 4, we have this upcoming game called Evolved. Now, this is a game that's heavily inspired from games like Elder Scrolls Skyrim. And a lot of people have been comparing this with most of the RPG open world games out there. And Skyrim is basically one of the best matches that we can go for.
You see how he cutting them and stabbing them? Like, it's not even hitting the, I don't know, the computer generated player or whatever. That sucked. Like, no shade to Evolved, but nah, this ain't it. They ain't even
it seems like they
right.
just went on with their own creative imaginations, stylizations of graphics and all that stuff. Now, it's apparently an open world RPG game that's going to be center focused towards the lore as well as exploration of open world and having some really bizarre combat system. And the world of Evolved has already caught the eyes of many fans, and people are actually very excited for this game. And as of now, we don't really have an exact release date for this game. All we know is that it's coming out sometime in 2024. Alright guys, so now moving on to number 5, we now have an upcoming game called Enshrouded. Now this is also an upcoming open world RPG game where you're going to be surviving, and this game is basically all about the gameplay aspect. Now you have to hunt animals, and there are some very bizarre creatures. You can also craft houses, and you can cook items in order to survive. You can also basically jump off the cliffs, and you have this gliding mechanics. The world is very unique and beautiful to look at. So it's one of those games where you just spend most of your time exploring the dungeons and, you know, the open world, the mountains, the landscapes, and also finding some of these creepy little lures. Now, Enshrouded is one of those games where you're going to be having a lot of different huge boss battles, and one of the battles that you can actually see that is shown in one of these gameplays, as you can see, we fight off some sort of a huge demon king. Now, this is a game that I'm super excited for, and the best part about it is that you can actually play this game with your friends. It's a game that enables co-op action, survival. It has a lot of raids that you can complete. It's something that if you are someone that basically loves RPG, open world, co-op action, survival game, then Enshrouded is going to be your number 1 stop. And now moving on to number 6, we have this upcoming open world Japanese game called Where Winds Meet. Well, this game is an open world RPG game that's set in a fantasy universe of feudal Japan. Now, you're going to be playing as one of these Japanese ninja or shinobi warrior. And I've got to give it to the devs. The devs have done some incredible job when it comes to the parkour system in this game. Because, you know, everything that Assassin's Creed has always been famous for is especially their parkour system. Now, you have a lot of different abilities. You can mount different vehicles in the game as well. You have horses, a lot of different types of actions, adventures, exploring. Now, if you're someone that actually loved games like Ghost of Tsushima, and you also want to have some fantasy stuff and survival elements with this game, then I think Where Winds Meet is going to be one of the best upcoming open world survival games that we have always seen. So I am super excited for this game, and the release date for Where Winds Meet as of now has not yet been confirmed. Now, all that we know is that it's coming out in 2024. It's not a 2025 title, so you don't have to worry about the game being that delayed. But as of now, I'm just suspecting that probably around Q4 of 2024 could be the perfect time when this game could finally come out. Alright guys, so on number 7, we got Ark 2 Survival. Well, as you guys know, and you might already be familiar with Ark 1, one of the most loved PC games that stands out for its own very unique open world survival elements.
Wait. I know that who I think it is. Vin Diesel.
Survival elements where you fight against dinosaurs, you tame dinosaurs, and it seems like in Ark 2, Vin Diesel is going to be the protagonist, and apparently it's a game that's going to take a slight deviation towards the main storyline rather than just a survival aspect to the game itself. Now, Ark 2 is set to be releasing sometime in 2024. Not an exact release date has yet been given. Now, I'm super excited for the dinosaur survival adventure, and I just can't wait to mount the T-Rex and run around and massacre the entire city of tribes. And the best best part is that Vin Diesel is already working on it. So I'm kind of curious to see what kind of a role he's going to be playing
I
in,
wanna see that
what
too.
the entire survival aspect of this game is going to be like. Now, up next on number 8, we have a Gothic 1 remake. Now, I know that I've covered this game multiple times on my previous list, but I just feel like this game needs a lot more recognition at this point, because this is one of those fine shine games that has always been fan favorites to all the gamers out there back in those days. And Gothic 1 remake is finally seeing its light, and it seems like the devs have completely remade this entire game with a brand new engine. It's not just some
Hey, they cooking a whole dinosaur. They got the dinosaur rotisserie style.
sort of a remaster. It's a whole game that's completely reimagined, and it just feels like a brand new game in its own general form. Now, Gothic 1 Remake is going to be releasing sometime in 2024. An exact release date has not yet been given as of now. Now, up next on number 9, we have one of my most favorite and most anticipated games of 2024, which is Rise of the Ronin. Man, this game is set during the Edo periods of Japan, where Japan is in its war-torn states, and you're actually going through some invasion, or the country is going through some of the invasion from English, and now we have to fight against that. And now we're playing as a Ronin warrior who's basically defending the freedom of his country. Now, it seems like Rise of Ronin is a game that has taken deep dive into not just the combat system or
I ain't even gonna lie, I'm not really interested in this game.
the RPG mechanics. Although all of those things look incredible, and the open world just looks astonishing, to be honest. But still, it seems like the main focus of this game is basically all about the storyline, and I'm super excited to see what kind of a storyline is Rise of Ronin going to be bringing onto the table. It seems like it's going to be a very emotional roller coaster of a ride, and I'm super excited for it. Now, Rise of the Ronin is going to be releasing on March 22nd. That's right, we're just a couple of weeks away from the official launch of this game, and it's coming out for PlayStation 5, as it's going to be a PlayStation exclusive. Now, up next, we have one of the most beautiful open world survival games on number 10, which is Light on Fire. Now, this game is developed by Hello Games. Now, I know you guys might be wondering, well, Hello Games, aren't they the guys that made No Man's Sky and they failed, or they made a lot of promises for the game, but nothing really ended up getting delivered? But yeah, it seems like Hello Games are once again back, but this time they have made much more promises than before. And as you can see, this game Light on Fire does look incredible in terms of how good the open world looks and how
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. It's got some great graphics. Great graphics. Based on this video, is very clear. Look at that water. Yeah, this game graphics look good. But not gonna lie, like most of these games on here that I see, they're not really interesting to me. So I probably won't end up playing none of them, other than Stalker 2, because that one looked good. But as far as these other games,
the gameplay and the entire trailer has been showcased. It's one of the most beautiful games that I have seen so far, and it's apparently an open world survival game which has some massive RPG mechanics. It's kind of similar to what we have already seen with Ark Survival, but then it has a little bit of a different twist to the entire game itself. And as of now, they haven't really given any sort of release date, but all the speculations and all the rumors that's been going on is that Light on Fire is most probably one of those games that's going to be releasing in 2024. So that's the reason I wanted to go ahead and add this game onto the list here. And up next, we have one of the best looking open world RPG survival games of all time. Now, if you are someone that loves games like The Witcher and Kingdom Comes Deliverance, and you want to be experiencing some of those best RPG medieval games, then Crimson Desert is going to be this bonus game of this video.
all right, y'all. Those was technically 11 upcoming games that's gonna be coming out this year and in the future. Honestly, most of those games to me seem trash, but that's my personal opinion. And I really like specific kind of games, particular games. But none of those really caught my eye other than Stalker 2. So I will try to find out which platforms those will be dropping on. But other than that, the other games just doesn't really seem worth it. But I'll catch y'all in the next one.